In this video recording, I'm going to show you how to create the PDF grayscale version for the newsprint ad as part of this final movie poster project. The first thing that you probably need to do is determine which version, if you have more than one, you want to use, what you consider your final version. And then you should save this as a flattened copy. I'm going to go ahead and flatten this up, and it'll say discard hidden layers, which means any layers that aren't turned on or thrown out. But you want to flatten it before you start doing any conversions, even to grayscale or anything like that, because it does affect how the adjustment layers and some of the styles blend together. So I like to take a flat copy that I would use for doing any further adjustments or conversions to grayscale. And then I want to come up here, and I'm going to look at the channels for a minute to determine what channel might be the best grayscale version, which one I think has the best amount of lightness and darkness. You can also use, you can go to the mode, change modes to, for example, lab color, and use just the lightness channel, which is a little lighter, but it's a real balanced grayscale, and oftentimes what looks too light on the monitor screen looks real good on a printout. A printout will usually always be darker. So this one might be my choice, but you could consider some other methods that I have in the practice on grayscale conversions to include the black and white adjustment layer or multi-channel mode or one of these others, and choose that. So once you've chosen what way you think looks the best in grayscale, then you need to come up here and convert it to actual grayscale mode. So I'm going to choose the grayscale mode up here, and I'm going to discard the other channels, and I want to make sure that I do have this as a saved document with all of these changes I've made, and I'm going to call this movie. I could add my name, which I want you all to do, and movie grayscale, or I could have maybe said newsprint version. Okay, now I made sure it's saved before I accidentally save this on top of my color version. And I want to now change the image size to meet the requirements. And the requirements are 34 by 48 pica. So I'm going to go up here to the image size. I'm changing this to picas. It usually defaults to inches, but I'm going to change it to picas here. And then I'll start off with typing in 34 here. And I can see if I do that it's not quite 48 inches. So you need to make sure that the largest dimension is what you choose first. So I'm going to put in 48 to make sure I get the full height. Thought I'd type 48, but it flipped back. And then now the width is a little bit too wide. But I can't change that in the image size window. I need to change this by using either the crop tool or the canvas to do the new size. So I'm going to click OK. Oh, I didn't change the resolution. Let me come up back here to image size. I can change now the resolution to 170 for a print ad. So I said for newsprint ad, it's a lower resolution than it might be for the actual color poster. In fact, probably the color poster would have been best at 300 ppi, but we reduced the size to make it a little easier for students for uploading your documents to Blackboard. All right, now I have that at 170, and I've converted it to grayscale, but I still need to change the canvas size, so I'm going to go up here and change. I'm going to go to Image, Canvas Size, and I'm going to change that to picas, and then I'm just going to delete that little extra that I have on each side. And with the dot in the middle, it means that it's going to shave off the excess equally on either side. You can change that where it just shaves off the right or the left side depending on where you move this dot. Like this would shave off the right, this would shave off the left. But I'm just going to let it be equal and click OK. It tells me that there will be some clipping. I think that's okay, so I say okay. And now I want to do a file save as, and I'm going to save this as a Photoshop PDF, as a flat PDF. And I could still leave it as movie grayscale with my name and click save. And I'm just going to let it go through the, I'm not going to worry about it being making any choices. I'm going to let it just go through the defaults on the PDF and click OK. That's it. So I now have my Greyscale PDF ready for newsprint ad. Thanks for joining me.